Hello guys, today we are going to see how we can clicking on Power BI reports, how we can navigate to Dynamic 365, right, to a particular record. So for this, like a few of the steps we have to follow. So these are the steps I'll go through one by one. Before that, let me show you what exactly I'm going to achieve here. So this is a account report which I created already and published here. And if you mouse over here, you can see the URL is created already, and on clicking of it I can see that record is opening from the Dynamics, right? So few steps we have to follow, and let's jump into how we can achieve that. So for the steps, the first step is create a parameter. So I'll tell you why without parameter also we can do that, but why we need a parameter here. Let's see. um, So I have already created a parameter. So the parameter name is environment, and this is the organization name, which is already there, right? So basically, why I created a parameter is when I'm just creating a URL. If I deploy the same report to another environment called as QA or UAT, I no need to come back to desktop, so like Power BI desktop, to change this value, right? So this that will be hard coded one. So instead of that, if I create a parameter, I can change this value on the service itself so that it will point the correct URL of the Dynamics, right? That's why I created here. So if you see here, the the environment parameter is created here, and no, I have created another table which is called as environment. I'll tell you exactly why I created that. So first of all, I created a parameter, and I created a table by reading the parameter value, right? There will be one record. This is the table, and the table name is environment 2, right? And the table having one record, and the record points to the organization name. So why I created a table means, so when I'm referring this table, right, uh, when I want to refer the parameter in my query, like I created a link field here. If you see, this is this is what the link will be generated for each of the account which I created, right? So if I want to no, dynamically add the organization over here, so that is not possible to directly read the parameters, right? So that's why I created a table, and on the table I created a record from the parameter which I created. So this will be the organization name, and when you change that parameter, it will point to a different organization altogether, right? At the end, I'm reading the account ID because this is the account report, and this is the column which I created by attaching few things like the parameters and the account ID. Here it is parameter, right? So the next step is create a column in a hyperlink, so which I already created. This is called as link. Okay. The next one is change the data category of the column as web URL. So once you created this column, you have to change the data category as web URL, right? There are so many options. So by default, it will be something else, and you have to change as web URL. So act as like a link. And after that, so you have to set the URL icon in values of table properties. So what you have to do, so let's jump into the diagram or the report. And on clicking on this report, there will be um, a section called values. Here you have to come here, and once you form come to the format, right, and value section, there you can see the URL icon is on and off, right? And if you make it off, the links are showing like this, right? So it is not like a good formatting way. So you need an icon or something to point to that URL. So that's why it will do the job. And if you see that the link is created with the field which I created from here. So this is one of the steps to format the link. And next is add the column to the matrix or table. So I already did that. You have to add that column here or wherever you exactly read. Like you can add no close to this name, and you can add anywhere wherever you want. So once you do that, you can publish that. I'm already published that report to my service, and the report is ready. And once you click that, it will navigate back to um, the respective record, right? So to just we'll see that what are the things we did. So I created a link and I changed the data category as web URL, and after that I switch on the URL icon, right? And this is the link which I created from the um, for the column which is pointing to a dynamics record. um, that's all guys, thank you very much for watching me. See you next time.